Portside Harbour is a scene of brisk activity as more and more of the original British and French assault units are withdrawn from the Suez Canal zone. Among the units being taken off by landing craft is the 45th Marine Commando. These men landed in Egypt with the second wave, a helicopter attack, and completed their task brilliantly with only slight casualties, 2 killed and 35 injured. In the canal itself, the Allies are taking no chances. All the way from Portside to the ceasefire line, British and French minesweepers are searching the channel for stray mines. For the Egyptians have already violated the ceasefire several times, and they may try anything. Israel, too, is taking no chances. Commander-in-Chief Moshe Dayan explains to reporters the strategy of the Sinai campaign, a battle which destroyed the Egyptian commando bases from which the Israeli frontier had been raided for so many years. Meanwhile, at another press conference on the other side of the world, in Washington, President Eisenhower sums up the difficult task facing the United Nations.
Really, for the first time in history, an international machinery set up by nations for the settlement of international disputes is receiving a truly thorough test. Consequently, everything that we say and do must bear in mind that behind all of these immediately important incidents is a hope and the desire of the world that some way can be found to settle disputes around the conference table, not on the battlefield.
But while America pins her faith on the United Nations, she keeps her forces on an emergency footing. The carrier Shangri-La and 22 other warships sail from San Francisco for a secret destination, just in case. In Naples, United Nations Secretary General Dag Hammarskjöld arrives on his way to Cairo for talks with NASA about the United Nations police force, which is taking over from Britain and France in the Canal Zone. The most delicate task this statesman of the world has yet undertaken. But the task of his multi-nation police force, which is even now leaving for Egypt from the same airport, will be just as delicate. This is the Danish contingent of the United Nations Army, an army which is also a great experiment. For the first time in history, a world force is entering a battle zone to keep the peace in the world's name. Canada's General Burns arrives to take command of his international force, a command which will call for great intelligence and tact. Clearing the canal of the sunken block ships, already reconnoitered by Allied technicians, will be one of the United Nations' major problems. But until the United Nations troops are in position, Britain and France must keep their forces in the canal zone up to strength. The Royal Scots are among the infantry units taking over from the departing paratroops and commandos. Everyone wishes them a short and peaceful tour of duty. But if action should be needed, these lads will be ready.